Today we'll be talking about the most anticipated horror game of 2017, which is Outlast 2. The Outlast series are a type of horror games that make you feel so terrified, but once you start you can't stop playing them until you complete the game. After Outlast 1 being extremely terrifying, along with a messed up storyline consisting of getting chased by a fat bastard most of the time, or getting possessed by that wall rider freak, you do so much hard work for only in the end to get fucking blitzed up by the SWAT team. Outlast developers said Outlast 2 was going to mess with your mind, and they definitely weren't wrong. In Outlast 1, the developers made the Christian religion seem to be a bunch of nutjobs, but they didn't fail to do that in Outlast 2 either. Pretty much a woman dies in southern Arizona, so you go out to investigate it along with your wife when a big white glare from a radio tower comes and ends up taking down your chopper. From the very start you just look for your wife who wasn't in the wreck. Eventually you meet someone who has the same goal as a fat bastard from Outlast 1, which is to kill you, but this time she's no fat, she's about 6'7", and her skin tone is about the same shade as the, I don't know, lightest white on a Dulet's colour chart. Her time of the month has clearly been dragging on for a while as she roams around with a huge fucking axe, and if she catches you, will rip your dick off, literally rip your dick off with her huge axe. Only guys can imagine the pain. Along the way you meet more annoying pricks such as this Fanny, who is impossible to tell between male or female. It could possibly be one of the other 147 genders that apparently exist in this year, but nevertheless it has an obsession with licking your face like a fucking choppa lolly stick. You also come across one of my personal favourites, another fat bastard, but this one's got a twist. He's got a fucking midget on his back, but don't be blinded by the midget's cuteness. He's got an electric shot with his bow and arrow. They do try to kill you several times but miserably fail to do so, as they attempt to crucify you, which wasn't the prettiest scene to watch. Then they later try bury you alive but also failed to do that. Fucking bottle merchants. One confusing thing in Outlast 2 is your character keeps having flashbacks every now and again about a girl from his school, one of his friends, who supposedly killed herself. These school flashbacks are pretty terrifying as there's this junky Spider-Man trying to constantly piss you off. In the end you find out that this monster is actually a teacher that looks like he was actually molesting a girl, but it was never a clear ending. So yeah, pretty fucked up. Just a little warning, I'm about to speak about the ending, so if you've not completed the game and don't want to know the ending, click off this video now so you can't blame me for spoiling the ending. So after we get to the mines where Facelicker and his pals are along with your wife, who somehow ends up being pregnant with your baby. God knows how that one happened in a short period of time. So you rescue her and take her somewhere to have the baby until you come across fucking Queen Milk Bottle again, who doesn't seem to reach a happy ending to say the least. You end up going to the chapel where your wife Lynn has the baby girl and then dies straight after it, unfortunately. It somehow skips to a bit where you're actually holding the baby, I'd imagine several hours, maybe days later, and another fat bastard. Yes, I know, there's a lot of fat bastards in Outlast, but actually this one does actually look like Fat Bastard from Austin Powers. Besides that, he does actually make a speech and then kills himself, giving advice to Blake to actually kill the baby if he does love it. Then you walk out the chapel, you see some light for actually once, and then everyone's also dead for some reason. Then all you get is this big white glare that just blows up in your face. We don't really know what happens, we don't know if it's just a hallucination, if it's just, I don't know, fucking the sun, or if it's actually a nuke going off. But then the credits roll. Yeah, pretty fucked up.